Good morning, YouTubers, and welcome once again to the eastern wing of the Stink Bug Works. I have the JetStepper nearly ready to go. I'm going to work on the final step today, and in fact, I'll tell you what the final step is. The final step is to thread this end of the 2mm drive shaft to fit the 2mm threaded screw. And once that's done, it's done. I've mounted the rudder, the steering linkage on this drive shaft. It needs something to stiffen it up, and I've found that two braces, a single brace would still allow it to flex a little bit from side to side. So two braces, and just because everything's asymmetric, I went asymmetric with the braces too. But you know, there's plenty of strength here. You just need to keep it from moving, you know, side to side a little bit. And that's just the same styrene as this and the non-expanding polyurethane glue. Before we get in, I'll show you what I did with my rudder push rod. It's a straight shot to the servo, and I use my normal capillary tube kind of arrangement with 30-second music wire, and I came out here and I gave it a little bend to go into, you know, the Easy Connect. Now here's the deal on those. You've got to adjust this nut. In fact, I put a nylon washer in here. You've got to adjust this nut to where it will turn but not have any appreciable slop. And in fact, in this one, it would turn a little bit and get tight, turn a little bit and get tight. And I set it up between those two areas. So this works real well, gives me full rudder control. And see, once again, asymmetric. I moved things around a little bit, and I'll tell you about that in a minute. The receiver is just wedged in here with a piece of foam. It's just loose. The servo I glued down with some E6000. Same thing with the speed control. I was going to put the speed control back here for weight, but the wiring was cleaner here since I've got a little deeper section. I decided to keep all the wiring here. I'm just going to go with a larger battery. I found a 1000 milliamp hour. That's twice the capacity that I was using, that will fit in this low area here. So it's kind of a pancake pack, so that'll go in there. Straight shot from the servo to the rudder here with just that little bend here to take up the height. And then by adjusting the amount of bend, I can functionally adjust the length of this push rod so it, you know, everything centers up. So there you go. It's ready to go. I stole the turn fin from one of the prototypes. I've gutted all the prototypes, pulled off all the salvageable materials, and all the prototypes are going to go into the bin of obscurity. So there you go, folks. I'm going to set up the lathe, and I'm going to thread a whole bunch of these rods. It's kind of a bitch to set up the dies to thread one rod. So if I can thread a bunch of them, it'll save me a whole lot of trouble. So that's my plan for this afternoon. I did not go out to the pond last Monday. The weather wasn't cooperating. So hopefully this might be ready to go by next Monday. We can give it a test run. So one of the ideas here on the linkage is to keep it as far that way. That way, you know, there's a minimum amount of trimming you need to do in here for that. So part of the secret in these things is getting everything to fit under this pretty pancake little hatch, but that's part of the sexiness of it, you know, it's like a frisbee. Okay, boys and girls, until next time, jet out.